Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to what's kind of a morning ramble for those of you who follow my morning rambles, and what's also kind of something a little more specific, which is what, at least for now, I'm calling a spiritual thought experiment. And what I mean by spiritual thought experiment is kind of probably obvious, which is it's a thought experiment. In other words, I'm going to ask you to go away and think about something for a while, to play a little imaginative game. But the what we're going to be exploring is what would fit in the category of spiritual, of formless, of that which is behind the form, before the form, of the energy at the heart of everything rather than the things that it's at the heart of. And it's going to mostly take the form of quotes and ideas that will probably be familiar to you if you're at all interested in spiritual things. And if you're not, you're probably not watching me by this point. But I'm going to ask you to listen to it a little bit differently than we often listen to cool spiritual quotes. Or cool spiritual ideas. We think, oh yeah, I must remember that. Oh yeah, I must do that. I must try to be like that. And I'm going to encourage you to hear it as an invitation to an experiment, as an opportunity to try something on for size and see what happens. And so for our first spiritual thought experiment, I'm going to go to one of my favorite quotes from Ramana Maharshi, the sage of Arunkala. And he said, "Let what comes come, let what goes go, see what remains." Now, I think that's a beautiful quote. That's why I share it so often. But I want you to take it as an invitation to a thought experiment. What happens? And I don't mean think about what would happen when I say thought experiment. I mean literally try it out. So maybe we'll cut thought out and just call it a spiritual experiment. What happens if just for today, you let whatever comes come, you let whatever goes go, and you notice what remains? Now, when I tried this one on for myself, the first thing that came up was what I call the space within, the beautiful feelings of quiet, of stillness, of meditation. And I noticed that in my own life, I've both chased and then, when I found, clung to those feelings. And when I kind of decided to do a spiritual experiment, what happened was the first thing that came to mind was, oh, what if I stopped clinging to that or chasing it? And if it comes, let it come. If it goes, let it go. And see what remains. And it became instantly apparent to me that if that deeper feeling, that deeper space is part of what remains, then there was no need to chase or cling to it in the first place. And if it does come and go, then beautiful though it may be, whatever remains is what is. So, take some time today, or over the next few days, to just really try out this spiritual experiment, to let what comes come, to let what goes go, to see what remains, and share whatever comes to you new and fresh, whatever you see, in the comment section below. Have fun, learn heaps, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.